So let's say you are a new driver or an experienced one that is willing to learn more about what your car is capable of, with the features maybe you didn't know exist before, or maybe you did know they existed, but you don't know simply how to use them. I have compiled a list of features that I think people overlook or don't use as often as they should to become a better driver. And today we are driving the perfect vehicle for this video. This is the 2026 Lexus LX 700H, and it's perfect because it's the most expensive and the most featureful Lexus you can buy in 2026. So without wasting your time, let's just get into the list. And the first feature I wanted to talk about is the auto hold feature, which I believe people don't use as often as I would have imagined. It is especially nice to use in the city like we are doing right now, and its function is very, very simple. Whenever you come to a full stop, the auto hold feature will hold the brakes for you so that you can relax your right foot off the brake pedal and wait for an opportunity to go straight. So in this Lexus LX, to activate the auto hold feature, there's a simple button right here. So I can see the indicator lit up in the digital cluster as well. So whenever we'll come to a full stop next time, I'll be able to rest my right foot. So we are coming up to a full stop right here. I will demonstrate what I mean. So here we are at a full stop. Now we can see the hold indicator right here. That means I can release my foot off the brake. So we can relax and wait for the next green light. Some of the features that I'm going to show you today are going to be only applicable to higher end cars, but the auto hold feature is available on pretty much every single economy car in 2026. So the next feature I wanted to talk about, since we are on a highway, is the adaptive cruise control. And I know that most people probably use it on the highways to get rid of some driving fatigue. But again, I just see so many people not trusting the adaptive cruise control that much. And that's why they just do everything manually. Or even some people don't know the difference between the adaptive cruise control and the normal cruise control. And the difference is very, very small. For the normal cruise control, you just set the speed and the vehicle will maintain its speed without the matter of what's happening in front of you or to the side. But for the adaptive cruise control, you're able to set the setting between your car and the car in front of you. So let me demonstrate how it works. I will turn on the adaptive cruise control right now. And as you can see, the speed is set to be 95 kilometers per hour. But since we have a car in front of us, it will not go above 90 or like even 87 right now, because the car in front of us goes much, much slower than the speed we have set right here. But the other thing that is cool about the adaptive cruise control is that you can also set the lane keep assist. So now, basically, the car would drive for us on the highway. It will keep us inside the lane, and at the same time, it will keep the distance between us and the car in front of us. But of course, you want to keep your hands on the wheel at all times, and at the same time, you want to be ready with your right foot to touch the gas or the brake pedal. These systems are very cool and very trustworthy, but I will not still trust them 100%. So please make sure you are able to intervene at any given moment. So let's talk about the next feature, which is the different drive modes. Pretty much every single car on the market right now has different drive modes. Usually there is a normal and sport, but this vehicle has 6 of them. It's Eco, Comfort, Normal, Sport S Plus, and Custom. And of course, you probably know the basics. If you want to go faster, you choose the Sport mode. If you want to go slower and save fuel, you go to the Eco mode. But I wanted to talk about these modes in more detail and explain how they actually work. So if your vehicle has gears like this Lexus LX does as well, all the system is doing is basically changing the logic of how the gears change depending in which mode you're in right now and how much or how hard you push the gas pedal. Let's say we are in eco mode, which is the least aggressive mode on every single car. So all it does is just keeping me in the highest gear possible at all times. So let me push the gas pedal to about a quarter. As you can see right now, it's sitting at about 1700 RPM right now in eco mode. But if I would do it in a more aggressive mode, like Sport S Plus, so now when I push the gas pedal to about a quarter, we are sitting at 2500 RPM, meaning that the gear is lower than it was in the eco mode. So there's no magic behind us going slower when we are in eco mode, but all it does is just keeping us in a higher gear to save fuel and go a bit slower.
All I'm really trying to say is that there's nothing clever actually behind the drive modes. It is only essentially changing the logic of how fast or slowly the gears change depending on your throttle input. And the only reason you feel like in eco mode you're going much slower is due to the fact that it's not eager to downshift as fast. And in sport mode, it will always try to keep the lower gear, so you always have access to the power of your vehicle. But to summarize, for you to determine what is the best driving mode to use at any given time is to actually know what is going behind the scenes. So I hope this explanation will be useful to you.
Alright, let's talk about the next feature, which is the curve view or auto tilt mirrors. On some higher end cars, or even on some economy cars with the higher trim, there's usually an ability to set up your mirrors in that way so that when you go in reverse, as you can see right here, the mirrors automatically go down so you can clearly see the curves or the white lines when you are performing a reverse stall parking. So for example, right now, I can see this white line in the right mirror. So I know I'll have to be between this line and this line on my left. So it is much simpler for me to perform this kind of parking. And once you're done and put yourself in park, the mirrors go up automatically as well. So since we are here, we can talk about the next feature that I adore in, again, higher end cars, but in some economy cars as well. For example, for a newest Mazda 3, if you go for a top trim, you will also get this 360-degree camera, which is very useful for parking, especially for this kind of a big vehicle like this Lexus LX 700H. And as you can see, you can go around the parking lot and you will see all around you. It is even transparent. But as you can see, I don't even need mirrors when I have a camera like this. And it is so much easier to park any car in any parking lot. Awesome. Let's talk about the next feature, which is the door control settings. It is probably available for pretty much every single modern car out there, and I think it's pretty useful because people actually start hating their cars because of how their doors auto lock or auto unlock. So let's say you're not driving alone all the time. You usually have a passenger. As you can see here, the smart access door setting is set to driver door only, meaning that it will only open this door but not that door. But with a simple change of a setting like this, you don't need to worry about it. Next time you will touch the handle, it will open all the doors. And you can do the same for your car if it's modern enough. So I have been showing you the features that probably is applicable to most of you, but now let's talk about some features that are available on this Lexus LX, and I found them very interesting and useful. So this car has an air suspension, meaning that you can change the level of the height of the vehicle based on your needs. So right now it's set to normal. Here are the buttons to change the height. So let's say there's a curb in front of us, and I'm not sure if this height level will make us clear that curb. So what I can do is to change the setting to high, and we can come up close to that curb, and we're gonna be sure we're not gonna hit it. Let's park and check. As you can see, the car has been lifted a lot. And we have definitely cleared that curve. I mean, honestly, this vehicle is high enough even on default settings, so we wouldn't be able to hit the curb even if we wanted to. But if there was a higher curb, it would have made a difference. But obviously, most people will never need this feature, but I found it pretty cool. And of course, it's not only used for clearing curbs, it's also used for an off-road session. Now let's talk about the next awesome feature on this car, and it's the soft close doors. So what I mean by that, I can just gently close the door like this, and the door closes on its own. So I don't have to jam the door like this all the time. It's pretty cool to see it from the outside. It is just so satisfying. And I've got a couple more for you. This Lexus has the Climate Concierge. And you've probably heard about the auto feature for the climate control, but this is next level. It not only does the auto function just like any other car, but at the same time, it will also control the heated seats, the ventilated seats, the heated steering wheel, and the climate control in the back as well. So basically, with this Climate Concierge, you don't have to worry about anything regarding the climate control. And speaking of keeping things cool, under this armrest, there's a cool box where you can keep your sandwiches, or you can keep your protein bars, I don't know, whichever you want. It's such a cool feature for long road trips. And if you have people in the back and a passenger right here, they can all open this cool box from their own angle. And the rest of interesting features are situated in the back seat. So let's jump into the back seat. And we are greeted by this iPad. And of course, you can control the music and media from back here, which is playing up front. But the most interesting part is that you can use the rear HDMI port, which is placed right here. And then, let's say you can bring your laptop and play your favorite TV show or play your favorite movie for two people sitting here and here. And if you don't feel luxurious enough in this back seat, you can also put these peasant blockers whenever you want. And now you are the most luxurious man ever. I think that's all I wanted to share in this video about some of the useful car features that you may have not thought about before or didn't know existed. But if I missed any of your favorite car features that you think most people overlook, please let me know in the comments below. And as always, stay safe out there, keep enjoying the drive, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.